Namaste. I welcome you to my podcast, Holistic Conversations, with your host, Mamina Das. Join me in my journey, in all of our journey, because we are all unique and we are the universe. Welcome to Holistic Conversations.
Namaste, everyone. I welcome our guest for today, Ms. Mini Suboth. I welcome you. Namaste.
Namaste.
We are very happy to have you today with us. And what a beautiful background! I'm already to talk about you and your journey. Before that, I would like to actually read something about her, and I want to read about philanthropy. Beyond her artistry, Mini Suboth is a dedicated philanthropist with a profound commitment to elevating the lives of underserved communities in India. She founded the Akay Shakti Welfare Association in 2010, a non-profit organization that operates on the principles of unity and collective responsibility. The organization's core focus areas include human rights, women's empowerment, health, gender, inclusivity, education, and community development. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I couldn't but uh, started to read this and start the conversation from there. And now we are ready to listen to your story.
Hi, thank you so much for this invite. I'm indeed blessed to have been here. Thank you so much. Let me tell my story. I'm Mini Suboth. I'm an artist by profession, also a social worker. I'm a founder of the organization Akshay Shakti that works towards education, empowerment, and health of the needy. Uh, I live in Mumbai, India, and but I'm a Keralite. In south of India is where I'm born. I'm the youngest daughter of Dr. P. Ramendran, a professor, and I have three sisters. So we are actually four girls at home. And right from my childhood, I had two qualities. Yes, I was very compassionate, and I was also creative. Creativity and compassion I had right from my childhood. I used to be most of the time spending my childhood doing little bit of drawing, painting, and whenever I get some time, I used to be hardly go out and play. So my father always felt, in fact, my parents, both of them felt that art is not a field that I should take it up because they felt it's not very an easy field where one can actually become very successful. It's not an easy field. So he kept telling me to take up anything like any profession which would be easy to become successful. So I had absolutely no interest in maths, but my father wanted me to become take up a subject like taking up banking course. I took up a professional degree in banking from the University of Agriculture. Once I completed my course, they decided to get me married. So it was like I got married, and then I married a sailor who's in the ship. So I used to be sailing with him. So all throughout my time, I was never doing actually anything which really interested me. I used to sit and draw the beautiful, yes, sailing time. I used to be doing a lot of paintings and drawings. My husband was very supportive, and I have done a lot of artwork while I was sailing. At one point of time, I decided I have to give up all this all this banking and all the profession what I've taken up, and I have to do something for myself what I interest me. So I joined the art school. I taken up painting. I started I started teaching art. I started full-fledged artist. I became. I started participating exhibitions and all that. In the process of my artistic journey, I happened to meet a lot of people who are interested in social work. So I got an invite to go to one of the cancer hospital and teach 125 children painting. It's Warli painting. Warli is a traditional tribal art. So I went to teach Warli painting in a hospital, a cancer hospital in Mumbai. So, in the process of my this interaction with this cancer-affected children, I must say that the compassionate mind I had, or something, somewhere I felt I was very much touched by the pain and suffering what these children were going through. I at the end of the painting class, painting course, painting session, I told all of them to draw a picture from their mind, and I saw most of them did a house with a mother and a child in the house. I could understand that they all want to go home. From then, I started. I decided that I will do something for the cancer patients. I started whatever art, my proceeds from all my artwork, I used to contribute to the cancer affected patients. And I realized beyond the comforts of my family life, there are many things that is happening outside, and I need to go and see exactly. So, few of my like-minded friends, we went to see the nearby slum areas in Mumbai. Being a Kerala, in Kerala, we hardly have any big slum areas like that. So, in being in Mumbai, I could go around and see some of the slums and saw the exact life what they are going through. A little boy, they explained where he's living. He said, "We don't have power. We don't have we don't have electricity. We don't have toilets. We live, in a place like this." So I was thinking like we should do something to help these children. So I started going most often to the slum area, teaching the children drawing, telling them some stories, making food for them. So these small acts, one of my friend happened to see, it was her suggestion that why don't you form an NGO and do it in a very better way. You will be able to serve more people in a more better manner. And in the 2010, with my like-minded friend, I started the organization Akay Shakti, working towards education, empowerment, and health. So right from beginning, we started, printing notebooks and giving to the needy children, providing school uniforms, various things for like evening classes, free classes for the children, teaching drawing, taking them for competitions. The work started from there. We all used to also visit old age homes. Then we're doing a lot for the transgenders also. Since 2019, when the COVID time was there, lockdown was there, and what has happened is during lockdown, I happened to move out to see what exactly happening outside during the time of lockdown. I had seen a lot of people really suffering because of the who are mainly the income through sale of flowers and all that on the roadside. So they were totally not having any sort of income, and they were suffering. They were on the roadside sleeping without food. So we started cooking food from home and started supplying food. So that went on from that time till today. Is the thing is that we that time I used to feed more than 200 to 300 people every day. Today we are feeding. From that time we could not stop, and today we are feeding 150 people daily. They are homeless, payment dwellers, patients, bystanders. So this is one thing we were doing about food and still continuing. Then another thing is we started with empowerment, taking a lot with the empowerment. Empowerment is one thing like which would really help people to really have their own income. And women empowerment, we started tailoring units, teaching beautician courses. We got also connected with a lot of transgenders whose main source of income was begging during that time. So what we have done is during that time, a few of the transgenders came over to my art studio through my invite to see my studio, and I wanted to gift them something. So they happened to see, and some of them were so interested in the painting. they requested if they can come over and learn painting. In spite of all the problems, like it is not, they were not accepted much into our society, and but still I took up the courage to call them to my studio and teach them drawing. And some of them have become so successful artists now. I think in the next a few of them have started exhibitions, have been exhibiting paintings. They also learned candle making, soap making. Then some of them have become good beauticians. There are two three beauty parlors which they are running. So it's like people have been really transformed from their despair to dignity. And I feel really happy that we were able to bring that change in some transgenders. For inclusiveness, we also had some, marathons we organized with so that the gender discrepancy is not there. Along with the other people around, we transgenders were included in that. There was a marathon. Then trans parlors are started. It's a big transformation of a lot of transgenders up to 2019. So that is one area we do a lot of work for transgenders, women, children, education, all these things. This is one side. And being an artist, my a lot of my income is always given for the social cause. So today, the organization has started in the in the last 1 year. More than 30 tailoring units are started. Women are getting empowered. I think peace in our country depends a lot upon having an empowered woman at home. The lady is empowered. She's happy. She'll definitely give that happiness to her children, and we can see happy children in the school, happiness in our country. So it's a project, and it's a project is mission 1 million 2030, and we plan to empower 1 million women by 2030. This is what it's about.
That
Yeah.
is just amazing. I mean, I should really applaud for your instinct that you have been following, your intuition, your calling, or whatever you are saying. Like I just followed my heart. I wanted to, you have seen, you have realized, and then
Right.
you found that thing is calling you, and since then, nothing has stopped you. So
Right.
that is really a big thing to learn. So when something is calling you, that means life is chasing you.
Yeah. Right. 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 It time comes you're called actually to do some work. And that fire and the passion in me, I'm really sometimes worried about the that fire in me, because I feel during lockdown time I understood I was so fearless. I felt I might die, but it's okay. I felt it's okay, I'm not scared. That's a time I realized I have the courage. I did not know, like as a kid, seeing an insect, maybe I might jump up, or he may think I should jump up, but but I realized that no, I'm courageous. I have the courage to. People tell, how are you going out during COVID time? And don't you think that you might fall sick, and people are dying on this? But I have been feeding the homeless people. The day when I fed, and the next day when I went, it was heart touching to see that the dead bodies are taken from there. People are dying on the street. So when I saw that, I thought I might also die, but I will do it. I will feed them. I'll do what I can for them. That's what I felt. I understood that there's a fire, and I have the courage to make a big difference. I have that in me, I thought. But and I have never got COVID. I did a lot of work that time.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I think isn't this a blessing that
Yes. Yeah.
I totally feel the way you're talking is definitely there's some higher power. There's you're driven by that. The fire that you say, that's an element of five elements.
Hmm.
It's wonderful. And when you were talking about courage,
Yeah.
what I understood with the story that you narrated is like when you saw people suffering, uh, that awakened something in you, and by doing or taking action, uh, that is how we label or understand courage, but it's an action. It's a doing,
Yeah,
you know.
correct. It's
It's a
like
doing.
somebody is falling in front of you, you naturally pick it up, correct? That courage, that is there.
Yes.
I was not the maximum social work was done during lockdown period, and I think we thought like the amount of work we were doing, taking food in rickshaws, going and giving. We have a donor who came with a car, new vehicle, and given to do that social work. Go ahead and give. There were
Wow.
people supporting like that. So
Wow.
it's like support came from various ways. From
Yeah.
like the thought was there, but only the thought comes in you. Support naturally comes from others. It comes from it. I was never like not able to do because there was no support. It was not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ample support came from all the people. Those people who could not, they never were scared to go out, but they financially helped us a lot to do a lot of social work. And I think it was that's why we still feed that 150 people. We are not able to stop it. There are still patients, there are handicapped, there are visually impaired. We need to do for them. The best thing is what we were able to do for the transgenders after that. So that made a
Mm-hmm.
lot of difference. I think our country will really, with these empowered transgenders, they have a lot of energy and they have a lot of things they want to do. And we have
Yeah.
done a lot, and they are running two parlors in nearby places. It is really nice to see them, working and earning a lot now. So
Yeah.
that's really something we were able to do. And and that also through art I connected them through paintings. So they were the
Mm-hmm.
transgenders who called to my studio to give them I called one as transgender to give them a sari for
Mm-hmm.
them. So when they came, the way she was looking around at the painting, said, I love to paint. I said,
Oh,
you come
wow.
always, I'll always teach you. But they took it up and came and learned. And see, now the some of the one transgender is that she has her own brand of soap. She has her own brand of
Wow.
candles. She is teaching. She is exhibiting. She had an exhibition with 100 paintings in an art gallery. And
Wow. Amazing.
from where to where? From where to where?
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
as simple. The thought comes in you. You need to do something. If you had I seen and I moved away, it would not. I think everybody, each and everyone, should actually look around and not do. Even you don't want to do big, you can do a small difference that will bring a lot of difference into our country, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I also feel like it's a collective thing. When you
Yeah.
start doing that, you see so many like-minded people.
People, yes, supports.
It's like
Yeah.
you are when you shift your focus, you
Right. Right.
find them. They're always
Yeah.
there. You need to shift your focus.
Yeah.
So that was
Correct.
interesting to know. Like just
Yeah.
like someone
Yeah.
came to your studio and then you were like, yeah, I am ready to teach. So how it happened both ways. I will not say it was one-sided, but they also took it really
Uh,
personally,
I think
with you.
it's a step. It's a courage. See, when she expressed her desire to learn painting, the fact is my studio has got lot of students coming. So there were few of them who told me, if you are going to get transgenders into the studio, we will not come. So it was my step to tell I need only one student. I only need the transgender. So the she started coming for the class, others also followed, nobody stopped coming, everybody started coming to the studio. You want to listen to something, these people, everybody started becoming so friendly with her. The transgender became total so close, and she started doing so much of painting. Some of the companies gave her some order for paintings, and she could not manage the whole lot of orders. So she gave the orders to my students. So, and she paid my students. So you just think she paid my students. So it was like, uh, I don't know, like how the
Yeah,
changes. It's only the step we have to take. We have to take a
yeah,
very important step. If it's right, don't think left. You don't think about it. You just do it.
yes.
whether
yeah,
somebody likes or dislikes. No, you
yeah,
should do it.
yeah,
That courage
yeah.
you should do and do it.
Yeah, that I think that courage was more like because you knew how to follow yourself, right? Something is
Yes.
coming to you and you are attending, you are listening to life. And once you start listening to that, I don't think you will be able to listen to the other noises around you.
No, 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 no. Right. When that's very correct. What he said, perfect. When you listen to that voice, right?
And you have very nicely explained with the story how things came back to you, the students
Yeah,
who were not ready to mingle with her and they were
yeah,
opposing, but it
yeah,
came in a better way, you know. So life has
yeah,
always better ways of doing.
yeah. They started earning from her. They started earning from her. You know.
That's amazing. That's
Absolutely.
really transformative, actually. And
Yeah,
it is also interesting to know how art can uh, include people like uh, it's a very good medium to connect people, you know. They forget your gender, they forget your race, they forget who you are, what you are, just the art in common, you know. That's what I
yes,
understood.
yes, yeah. The colors, the space, it's like you just get connected so much. It's actually a therapy, that art. Yeah,
Yes, it is a big therapy. Yes, I believe in that, and
yeah,
I love
yeah,
colors too. I see in your background Radha Krishna, and it's so beautiful. You know, it's so
yeah.
satisfying to see.
I love
Um,
painting Krishnas and
yeah,
others, but I'm more nowadays into contemporary artwork, mostly into abstract painting. Abstract painting is what recently I'm doing a lot more. But again, I won't tell I stick into that. I do a lot. It's like loosen up your art so much, and suddenly you want to become a tight painter. You come back to realism sometimes. So again, that's it. I'm teaching all this in my studio. It's now I
yeah,
every day I keep doing realism on one side to some students. Sometimes they're doing abstracts, So
yeah.
it's like, but anyway, I'd say my art has been a big supporter for my social work. That is what.
Yes,
So
yes.
I have
We heard.
conducted a lot of art exhibitions. The 100% proceeds I used to give for charity. So they just supported in a lot of my social work.
Wow, that's amazing, and how beautifully you have cultivated inclusion, you know, diversity and inclusion. You just
Yeah,
have to follow that one thing. I'm not
correct.
stopping. I'm just doing it.
Mm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And also, you said that's the fire, you know, so
I
that
think
element was,
your
yeah.
voice breaks. It's not audible.
Are you able to hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yes, yes. Yeah, audible. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was just saying how the
Mm.
five elements work in a human being, you know. When you know that the way you said the fire in me, so that element was really active in you and it had a purpose, like it was driving you
Yeah.
to something and then
Yes,
you
yes.
found
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
No.
It was driving
Uh,
me. Yes.
yeah. So tell me something about, I mean, not me, everybody who is listening to us today. Tell me something about your experience in India and outside India, your living or your some experience, your learning
Uh,
or in your journey. How do you want to
my
share something on that?
experiences in India about learning. I didn't know the question's not clear to me. It's about what you are asking.
Like you have spent most of your time in India. You have spent some
Yeah, yeah,
time in outside India also. So
yeah.
share some what how was you how were you feeling when you were outside of India and
Uh,
how was the exposure and how was what was the difference basically?
yeah, India, it's actually it's we are so rich in culture, heritage, all this. I love my India for various things like Indian culture, Indian heritage. So when I went abroad, I went abroad, I actually I was part of the 67th UN meet in New York. So I happened to meet a lot of delegates from various countries. I interacted with them. So that was a time I was thinking. I actually felt that I need to do a lot more, a little more into my country. So it is definitely going to take up in a very higher level because in India, even though we have a lot of different religion, different culture, there's a lot of harmony. We are living in a place. We have different people, different so many languages, but still we live in such a we can really make it harmonious, more harmonious and good by educating the people more, and then make the right from the schooling we can actually bring up that inclusiveness and all that in India more. So I think when I came back from the UN, I started taking up this women empowerment in a very bigger way, thinking that if we do a little more, we work a little more, I think India will be flying so high. I'm so proud of my country, really.
Yes, we are. Me too. I would like to say me too. Definitely, it's a very, very diverse country, and we have so many different languages. We have so many different
Languages,
cultures. We have so many different, what do you say, practices, traditions, and
correct.
still we are united.
Yeah.
But sometimes we also struggle, uh, which again unites us in some way.